In the last video, we showed you how to upload the Civil Air Patrol default theme. Now we need to customize it to our unique unit and squadron. First thing that we're going to do is come into the theme editor. Now in the editor, this is HTML code, and you do want to be very careful working in here. If you do not have experience working within the editor, please consult your unit or wing, PAO, and IT staff before attempting to make changes in here. We're going to initially come here to the theme header. And in the theme header, we're going to scroll down and the first place we're going to stop is right here. And the lines we are looking at is here. And what this is the link on the top of the site. It says find a squadron in Michigan. Well, you may not be in Michigan, so you want to change that to your appropriate state. Right here, where it says find a squadron in Michigan in the code, all you need to do is come in here and type in your respective state. So we might be in Ohio, find the squadron, OHIO, Ohio. That simple. You've now made that change. So this is actually a Michigan wing page. So I'm going to leave this as Michigan. The next part, we're going to scroll down just slightly further, and this is under the main navigation. Now, main navigation is the multiple tabs at the top of the page. Now, each wing should develop a standard for all units and squadrons within the wing to have the same 3 or 4 tabs at the top of the page. Our recommendation is you have a tab for joining Civil Air Patrol, a tab that links you back to the wing website. The 75th anniversary is something you're welcome to continue to use. However, as we move beyond the 75th anniversary, this can be changed to something else. In our case, we have a donate button that allows people to make a donation through the wing website that can be contributed back to the unit or put into a wing's journal fund. If I want to change where one of these goes, let's take the 75th anniversary page. You can see that's the third link in. And it's a href, and it's directing you to a URL. So I'm just going to redirect this just for fun to gocivilairpatrol.com. I'll change the title and the actual content that will show up in the tab. We'll say this: Go Civil Air Patrol, just for an example. We'll see that change take effect once we save this page. Moving down a little bit further in the slides, we see there's a short code for Meta Slider. We will be coming back to this in a future video when we talk about installing the slideshow program. The slideshow program's Meta Slider, and once you install that, you're going to get a unique ID that you're going to need to put in here. So we'll be coming back to this in a future video. So I can go ahead and hit Update File. And if I come back to my website and refresh the page, we see the top tab has changed to Go Civil Air Patrol. Now the site's starting to look better, but we see the title is really messed up. So just another WordPress site. If I look at a fully configured unit, it has a nice clean title at the top. We accomplish that by coming back into the theme editor, into theme header, and we're going to come about a third of the way in, and we're coming right here to where it says PHP Echo get blog info title. But we don't need any of that, so we're going to just highlight that, this line right here. We're going to delete it, and I have pasted in a manual title. Basically, we're setting the font size as 28 pixels. We're setting it as bold. We're going to change the name of the squadron. So this is the Bad Axe Flight. That's it. So I've added in this line of code. You can get this from the how-to guide and copy paste this into your respective website. Now if I hit update file now, the only thing that we've changed is the title. So when I refresh, just another WordPress site will go away and we'll see the appropriate squadron name. There we go. We see that for our page, it doesn't need to be 2 lines. So I'm going to come in here, get rid of the page break, Bad Axe Flight. We'll save it one more time. Refresh the page. Perfect. And we're good there. We can worry about if we want to try to center this up later on, but for now we're going to call that good and continue moving on. The next thing we need to take a look at is the footer. We have our social media links, we have meeting and address information, and we want to go ahead and customize that for our unique unit. We're going to come into the theme footers for this. And there are 4 boxes for the footers. We got box 1, which is a social media, box 2, meeting information, box 3, mailing address, and box 4, resource links. So if I come into the theme, we see that. Box 1 is social media links. This is a brand new squadron, so they do not have social media yet. But if they did, all I have to do is copy, let's say the Facebook link. We got our link to Wing. Paste it in, and under facebook.com/ you could put whatever the unit is. So let's just pretend it is Bad Axe CAP. It will automatically add the social media icon in for you and create that link to the Facebook page. Box 1 is done. In box 2, this is the squadron's meeting address. So you would come in and customize this to whatever it is. So we might say it's at the Bad Axe Airport. And I don't actually know where that's located, so we'll just put in some information. We'll say this is at 123 Airport Road. And this is going to be in Bad Axe, Michigan, and the zip code we'll say 12345. The phone number we'll just put in for now is 123-222-2222. Your address is now set. And as the squadron ever moves or the meeting location changes or the phone number changes, you can easily come in here and update this whenever needed. In box 3 here, you have the mailing address. Typically, units will not have a mailing address other than maybe the commander's own home personal address. We don't necessarily want to expose that to everyone. So for units, depending on the Wing standard, I recommend you just come in here, deleting that out, and that will leave box 3 empty. This also allows us in the future, when we have the Civil Air Patrol newsroom online, we can do an RSS feed in here or some sort of other links that can be used in the future. Finally, box number 4 is your helpful links, your resources. We see that these are already set in here for Michigan Wing Great Lakes region, so I don't need to change anything. If you did need to change anything, you just come in here, modify the link, and then the actual text that you see on the website. Box 5 deals with the copyright information. Thanks DreamHost for providing the free hosting to us. You don't need to touch anything in there. That's all set for you. So at this point, you can go ahead and click Update File. This is the same thing as saving changes. If I come to my website now and refresh, we see our new social media link is showed up here. The address is set as appropriate. Box 3 has gone away. And our social media links are all here. So in this video, we covered how you update the header field in your website to customize the headers, the squadron or flight name, how you find the squadron in your appropriate wing, the tabs at the top, and the meeting and contact information at the bottom of every page. One last thing we're going to do, and we do this from the front end of the website, we're going to come here and click Customize. Now, you do have to be logged in order to see it, so we're going to click the Customize button. And for site identity, we're going to change this to Bad Axe Flight. And for the tagline, I'm just going to put Civil Air Patrol Michigan Wing, just to put something in there. That's all you need to do in here for now. It will click Save. And if I refresh, we notice in the top bar, it now says Bad Axe Flight in the navigation tab within the web browser. And in our dashboard, it now calls it the Bad Axe Flight. So if I come here and refresh our dashboard, we will see those changes also reflect now with Bad Axe Flight. That takes us through the customization of the template for this video. In the next video, we're going to take a look at how you install MetaSlider, which will put the photo slideshow here in at the top of every page.